Everybody, this is Curly Joe. I'm a reseller. I sell on places like Poshmark and eBay. Give me a second. Is that more better? There's not enough light in here. Ugh. So today is a work with me video. I'm going to steam some clothes. Well, we're chatting it up, man. We'll chat it up. So I would have had another bins haul video, but when I went last week, the air conditioning was broken, and until recently, it's been way in the triple digits heat here in Central Texas, and it's just too miserable in there, man. It's like, no. So, how's everybody's sales been? Do tell, do tell. Poshmark recently, I feel like I'm on some kind of a roller coaster ride. There was a time when you couldn't wait for the weekends to get here because those were your big sales days. But now I'm noticing I belong to a lot of reselling Facebook groups, so I can, you know, kind of keep my ear to the ground. And it seems like that trend is changing. And I'm guessing it's because there are so many Posh shows now. I want to talk about that in a minute. And people, you know, a lot of people work Monday through Friday, but they're off Saturday and Sunday. So they can go to Posh shows. And there are a lot of people that are selling on these Posh shows. They've got things that are starting at, you know, $3 starts with giveaways, and you know, clearly reselling on Poshmark is changing, and I know that they're doing auctions on eBay as well. They're doing live auctions on eBay. When it first rolled out on eBay, I hopped on real quick, and there were a couple of guys that very professional setup, like very professional setup. I think that they had some type of trading cards. I don't know if it was sports or all of the other different trading cards, but the entire wall behind them were these racks of trading cards. They had professional mic system. You know, two young cats just living the dream, baby, making it happen. You got to be impressed, you know, with two young guys make that kind of stuff happen for themselves. I'm always happy when that happens. But anyway, so I've done quite a few live shows. Not live, that's a lie. That's a big fat lie. Not live. Not live. I've done quite a few silent shows, and not very many people in the room. My biggest crowd at this point was 10 people, which is, you know, I mean, I'm happy anybody was there. Who am I, right? But you kind of hope for more. I've only had, out of all the shows I've had, which have been somewhere between 4 and 6, I think at this point, I've only had one sale, and it was for under $10. So, you know, not anything that I'm super excited about. I do have, I am prepped to have my first live show. All of my clothes are already picked out, everything's steamed, everything's on the hanger. I just have to do it. Now is going to be the card of, when you do a silent show, you go through your closet, you know, you pick out your stuff in your closet that you want to sell, pick out your show tags. But with a live show, I'm going to have to pick out everything that I want to sell, right? Then I'm going to have to look for these specific items in my closet to then add to the tray for the live show. Some people will also, I heard a lady, I can't remember her name. She's teaching like a master class at Posh Fest. She said something to the extent of, if you decide to have a live show, right, then take the items that you're going to sell. Let's say this jacket. We'll give an example. Let's say this jacket is $45 in my closet. She said, if you're going to start that at $15, then change the price in the tray, so that when people come to your Posh shows, they can look at all the items in your tray, and whatever price they see there is what they think you're going to start at, which isn't necessarily what you're going to start at. So what I did is I thought, let me test this theory. So I popped in to several live shows and looked at the prices in the trays compared to the prices that they were starting the auction at. Prices in the tray were not the starting auction price for the most part. So that's a lot of extra work. If you're interested in doing some live Posh shows, if you know who the Posh Kings are, I've watched several of their shows. I pop in because their shows are, this is an event. They are there. They started Saturday morning. They had a huge giveaway too. I think they gave away like $2,000 worth of merchandise on Saturday morning. Sunday morning they gave away $1,000. Today they're giving, I don't know what they're giving away. So their stuff that they're selling, it is in their closet, but it's all marked at $0 because they're deciding the price to auction at the time that they're going to auction it. So you can't actually buy it out of their closet. But they have their inventory. I'm so sorry, I'm itchy. They have a lot of inventory. So I don't know where they're getting it. It's most of it's new with tags. Very expensive. So, and some of it luxury brands, very expensive brands. And quite honestly, their prices are fantastic. I mean, I will be Christmas shopping at some of their shows for some people in my family. I can tell you that much right now. When you've got new with tags free people starting at $10, you can't, I don't even think you can get a piece of free people at the retail store on a 90% off clearance. So if you're looking for some, they do have some men's stuff. They do carry mostly women's stuff. Posh Kings is definitely, I mean, granted, the item is going to start out at 10. People are going to bid up, I mean, it is free people. It is joie. It is, the other day, what did they have? Diane Von Fierstein? No, that's wrong. No, I think that's right. That one very, very famous, very well-known designer. They had a pre-owned skirt from her that they were selling. And to be honest, their shows they're really entertaining. They are very entertaining. Now, would I watch that show instead of sitting down to relax and watch a movie? No. But I really wanted to, before I do my first live show, I wanted to, I mean, the Posh Kings are some of the biggest sellers on Poshmark, if not the biggest seller on Poshmark. They're one of the biggest sellers on Poshmark. So it just made sense to me to watch several of their shows and see what it is that they're doing, and then do my best to mimic that. And when someone mimics your behavior, or they do what you have done, I know a lot of people feel like, oh, you're stealing. No, that's a high compliment. If I see anybody doing YouTube videos and they're wearing a Rosie the Riveter hat, cool. If you guys go to my Poshmark page, curlyjos_closet, I'll put that in the link in the description. Oh, and I'll also put a link that my discount code that you get something free from Poshmark if you join under me. Anyway, the reason, if you go to my Poshmark closet, you'll see me in an anime where I look like Rosie the Riveter. I've got my arm up, I've got the bandana on. We took the picture as a way to market my closet and market my Instagram page. And then my son used an app on his phone and turned it into a type of cartoon. Not a cartoon, but a type of cartoon. And it looked really good, and I thought, hey, I like that. It definitely looked better than me. That's for sure. Oh, I liked it. All my friends liked it, so I just went with it. So that's my picture everywhere. So when 1,000 years ago, not that anybody wants to know this, but I'll fill you in anyway. So 1,000 years ago, I was in the restaurant world, and for about 2.5 seconds, I had a type of a cafe, super tiny, and it was called Rosie's. The reason it was called Rosie's is because my friend I went into business with at first, she was the baker. We were on a military post, and I showed the picture of Rosie the Riveter, and I said, how about this for our logo? Because it's Rosie the Riveter, it has a military reference, and we were on a military post, right? And she said that was her grandma's name. So I have stuck with Rosie the Riveter for many, many years. Many people in my family have been in the military, primarily the Army. I still have family members that are active duty. Hey, if any of you are active duty or have family members that are active duty, let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to meet you. Where are you? If you're married to where are you if you're in the military? What branch are you in? Where are you located? Are you in San Diego? Are you on that island, Coronado Island? I love that place. Oh, I love that place. So the first time I went there with my husband, I don't even know why we were there. My husband is not in the Navy. He's never been in the Navy. But we went to Coronado Island for something. And we stayed in a hotel there on post, which are always nice. We weren't directly on the beach, but we were just right down the street from it. And I looked out the window in the morning, and there goes these guys running, right? Which is, you're on a military post. People run there. But they had on their Navy PTs, physical training, and on the back it said SEAL, S-E-A-L. And I told my husband, look how I look! We get to actually see Navy SEALs training. They were just running. It wasn't, we didn't get to see anything else. But I was very excited about that. I like Navy SEALs. There's a couple of them I've listened to on YouTube. If you ever need some motivation, dun 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 dun. Not the Rocky song, but there are a couple of Navy SEALs that are on YouTube. Jocko Wilco, he has his own podcast now and his own products. He's a motivational speaker. He's super cool. I like him. And then there's, if you haven't heard of David Goggins, he actually wrote his own book, and he tells his story in there. He came from, I think you'd call it the ghetto. And he was a large man. He was like 300 pounds. And he decided he was going to become a SEAL. And at that time, there weren't very many African American men who had become SEALs, because the training is, I don't even know if there's words to really describe the intensity of the training that Navy SEALs go through, especially through Hell Week, where they're in the ocean. And so if you ever meet a SEAL, someone who's made it through that training, shake their hand, because even in my best days as an athlete, which was a lifetime ago, I don't think I could have done it. But the other thing about David Goggins is that he didn't know how to swim when he went through that training. So he really, really pushed the boundaries of his physical limitations. And since he was a SEAL, he's done all kinds of marathon races and so on and so forth that are super difficult, like running in the desert for more than 24 hours. And not only surviving, but thriving. How in the world did I get on that subject? I'm just rambling now. I'm not even talking about reselling. So anyway, I would like to know, for those of you that are resellers, how are your sales this fourth quarter? Are they picking up? Are they slowing down? Have you tried a silent show? Have you tried a live show? Let me adjust this, see if this helps. Oh, now you can see my light. Ta-da! That didn't help at all, did it? No, it didn't. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay, more better. So, in case you haven't noticed, I don't edit my videos. You want to know? You want to know why? I didn't think so. I just thought I'd be nice and ask. I don't edit my videos because I'm just rolling along with the train of thought here, and it'll either be entertaining or it won't be entertaining. But I tell you what I did do to prep for my live show is I went through and I picked out items. I mean, I didn't buy any of this stuff to look at it, that's for sure. And I certainly didn't buy any of it to store it, that's for sure. So I went through, picked out the items. I have an idea where I'm going to start them in price in the auction, but I took measurements on everything and I wrote it down in a notebook because people, they want to know measurements, and I'm selling a little bit of everything. There's tops, there's dresses, there's some exercise leggings, there's a sweater, there's a skirt in there, and all sizes from extra small all the way up to 1X. I have all of the sizes mixed in. I think that in the future I would like to do a live show where it's just plus sizes. I don't have enough shoes. Oh, I'm gonna auction off a couple of handbags also. I don't have enough shoes to have. They want you to have a minimum of 50 items. I don't even think I have 50 pair of shoes to sell. The reason is because in this particular area where I live, in order to have an inventory like that, it would behoove you if you went sourcing every day, and you would need to be at the Goodwill or the thrift stores as soon as they open, because first of all, good shoes, it's rare if you find a decent pair, and then it's got to be a price that you're willing to pay to resell. I don't want to pay $30 for a pair of shoes to try to turn around and sell for, $40, you know what I mean? So that's my take on that. And it's even harder to find handbags around here. It's really hard to find good handbags here. When I go into the Goodwill stores or the thrift store, that's the first thing I do is get the handbags to try and get it before anybody else does. Reselling, the ups and downs of reselling. I am looking forward to having a live show. And I'm going to give you another tip. The Posh Kings, somebody came into their show and they were like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And they told their audience, hey, if you have the time to go check her out, I can't remember her name now, go and check her out. She has excellent shows. She has excellent things in her closet. She has a YouTube channel and a podcast with great information, and she's going to be one of the speakers at Posh Fest. So if you attend a live show, when you see other people coming into the room when they're commenting, if you click on their name, you can then follow that person. So what I discovered Saturday is when Posh King said to go follow her, I went and found her on YouTube, and I listened to a YouTube video of her talking about Poshmark and live shows and how Poshmark, it really is a social app. And when you attend shows or have a show, try to be as social as possible. And she said, when you attend a show, follow the people that are coming into that show that are making comments. So I did. Even though I use Posher VA, which automatically, I'll talk about Posher VA in a minute. So I did. Everybody that came into the Posh King's show, I clicked on their name and hit follow, 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 follow. What I noticed was that, and I've done that, I did it Saturday, Sunday, and part of today. What I noticed is that I had at least triple of the likes in my closet after I did that. And she said the reason that you do that is because the algorithm will pick up, the Poshmark algorithm will pick up that you're following those people. And it did make a did I get any sales? No. I did not. But I did have a lot more people liking my items. I feel like this just needs to be washed. Yeah, I'm going to do that. A lot more people liking my items. And when people like your items, you then have the opportunity to send an offer to the liker. Hang on a second. Turn the steamer off. It's getting hot in here. Then you have the opportunity to send an offer to that liker, and they in turn may decide to purchase that item. So when I did that, the algorithm picked up on it, and there were a lot more people in my closet. It didn't result in any more sales for me, which is, it's a bummer, because we're all reselling to make sales. That's what we're doing it. So when you're on Poshmark and you attend these shows, the people that are put comments on those shows, because that helps that show get into the algorithm, and then the other people that comment, follow them, because that will drive business to your closet. Whether you're doing shows or not, it's going to drive business to your closet. Talking about Posher VA, there are a lot of bots out there that can help your Poshmark business. I tried a few of them, and I stuck with Posher VA because I saw the most results. And if you don't know what a bot is, if you're on Poshmark, in order to sell things, you need to share your closet. So you have to manually get in there and give yourself arthritis of the thumb to share the things in your closet so that the other Poshers will see them. Because Poshmark is a reselling site, but it's also it's very, very social. So the more often you share, the more people that see your items, the more items that they see, the higher your chances are of selling those things. So Posher VA, I'll put a link in the description. I think it's $28 a month, and I instantly saw an increase in sales. You can set it up to automatically share your closet however many times a day you want. You can set it up to relist and delist up to, I think it's 50 items a day. There are a couple other features. Oh, you can set it up to automatically give 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever you want a discount on certain items or items that have been in your closet for a certain amount of time. So, and that way you don't have to do it. You can go on about your day. You can vacuum, you can dust, you can take the dog for a walk, you can go to the grocery store, you could do yoga. You can go outside and sit in your backyard and watch the birds. You could just twirl around. And Posher VA will do all those things for you. But I did notice a great increase in sales. My name is Curly Joe. Thank you guys very much for watching this. I've been talking now for almost 25 minutes. I'm sure you're sick of hearing my voice. Please like this video and subscribe. And if you would, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a comment, because it helps in the YouTube world. Take those little hints I gave you if you're on Poshmark and use them. If you're on Mercari or Depop, they have bots for those sites as well, which will help to enhance your sale. To my knowledge, eBay, there is not a bot. I do sell things on eBay, but it's usually vintage or high-end things is what I'll put on eBay, because I have not been able to figure out how to get that algorithm to pick my stuff up. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. I hope this information has been useful. I just made that word up. I hope this information has been useful and informative. I would love it if you would leave me a comment. I hope you guys have a great week. And just remember all the people from 9/11. God bless our country. Thanks.